everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have a double unboxing. So today we have the Afterlight and Illumicrate for November. I'm very excited to get into these. I have actually been doing some unboxing things during my ClearUrSht vlogs that I have been doing, but only if it's like an Afterlight where it's just like the book in the box. However, I did figure the Illumicrate, because it's a full box, would be a little bit too much to put in my reading vlogs. And then Afterlight came in like the very next day. So I did decide we're just gonna unbox them here in a separate video now. I am very excited to get into them. I do know what the books are because I have been spoiling myself for all of the books this year because I'm trying not to buy that many things. And actually right now with ClearUrSht, I'm trying not to buy anything else for myself except for things that I've already pre-ordered, or like the book box things where I'm like, I knew I was going to get that because I already spoiled myself for the book. So I think we're gonna start with Afterlight because of the fact that there is just a book in here. And we're gonna jump right on in. So let's open up this one here. Obviously this is Illumicrate's romance subscription. And let's see, have all the wiggly papers falling everywhere over here. This is our book. Let's take off the plastic. I will leave all the artists and everything for these editions linked down below in case you would like to look them up. Since we only get the book with Afterlight now, they're being shipped through media mail through the United States Post Office. We do not get the actual spoiler cards in the box anymore. It only comes in the email. So I will put everything linked down below. But for this month, we have the Marriage Narrative by Claire Kahn. I'm actually really enjoying the art on this cover. It has the same sort of vibe as the original, but I like that it sort of zoomed out a little bit. The original has like a couple and it's just like their faces pretty much. I really do like this. I like the flowers like on the spine and stuff. And here is the back. We do have some other flowers here on the spine, obviously. Again, very pretty. I feel like we don't get like a ton of orangey type of covers and things. And it looks very, very nice. Let's go underneath our dust jacket. Here is the front of the book. We've seen, I think, a lot of these sort of like, here's like a desk and here's a lot of things from the book. I actually like these. It's not necessarily my favorite type of naked hardcover, but I like that it's like a full color under here. And I guess it's just, I don't know, a snippet of like the characters' lives from the books. And there's something about that I like. Like I like that they have the clauses because this is going to be like a fake marriage engagement situation. And so I do really like that. Okay, let's jump in here. We do have one of our end papers. Again, the art is very, very nice. Oh, and here is our other. And I know we've been doing digital signatures and things lately for Illumicrate. Based on this here, this actually looks like it might be an actual signature because it bleeds through a little bit on the back. I was not expecting that because I'm pretty sure they're switching most of their stuff over to digital signatures, but it is very nice to see that. I'm very excited. Okay, so like I said, this is gonna be like a fake dating sort of trope, but like more. I'm pretty sure it's at least a fake engagement because basically we have these two characters here and he is like on a reality show with his family and the producers want him to be like engaged to an ex and he is not into that situation. She shows up, I'm not entirely sure how. Oh, she is turning her dating profile into a marriage merger proposal because she is done waiting around for love. And he shows up. I don't think she realizes that he's on the reality dating show. But then they decide this is better than him trying to fake date or whatever with his ex. And so they decide to move forward with that sort of relationship. It seems like it's gonna start fake for like the show and things. Fake dating is one of my favorite tropes. I love the fact that some of these authors are now coming out with like the next step up, like the fake engagement, fake marriage, that kind of stuff. I have been very eagerly awaiting this book. I think this edition is gorgeous, so I'm very happy with that. And like I said, that was quick and easy. So now we're gonna get into the Illumicrate box, which is like the full box with everything. Okay, and this one, because it is the full box, does come with our cards here. So this theme is going to be academic rivals. And let's just start. Okay, the first thing we have here is a 2026 calendar. This one, I think we've had some from Illumicrate before, but they were like landscape mode and you could flip them over. This one is more of a portrait style. Let's see what we have here. The artwork is by Tamara Osborne, so it looks like everything in here is going to be by her. Oh, and we do have a sort of like quick look at everything that we have here. Obviously there's 12 couples, I would want to say. Interesting. Not exactly couples, pairs at least, because like January, obviously we have characters from Vicious. We have Victor and Eli, and V.E. Schwab is the author of Vicious and all that series. One of the characters, Victor, is asexual and things like that. I can't remember if it's aromantic as well, but so like obviously they're not a couple. We then have Sade and Persephone. I could be mispronouncing those, from Where Sleeping Girls Lie. We have Aurelia and Teddy from Modern Divination. I don't think I've heard of that one. I'll have to look that up. I like that it has quotes at the bottom as well. This one says, rivalry, like love, required some measure of possession. For April, we have Effie and Preston from A Study in Drowning. For May, we have Delaney and Colton from The Whispering Dark. For June, we have Lorelai and Sylvia from A Dark and Drowning Tide. Okay, I think this one is a couple. For July, we have Zilan and Hong from The Scarlet Alchemist. I don't know all these books, obviously. For August, we have Lennon and Dante from An Academy for Liars. For September, we have Sayana and Thomil, again, probably mispronouncing those names, from Blood Over Bright Haven. Okay, so this is also the one that is a little bit for me. This is Agatha and Sophie from A School for Good and Evil. They are preteens in that book. And again, this is making them look like at least young adult / new adult ages. I know that series has gone on for a while, but that's a middle grade series. I don't know how I feel about having this age range for the characters. It is gorgeous art, gorgeous. For November, we have Kadan and Suseños from Immortal Dark. And for December, we have Alice and Peter from Catabasis. I think I'm mispronouncing that as well, but I like the art of this for sure. I would definitely hang this up somewhere because I think it's gorgeous. Personally, I don't know how I feel, like I said, about having a middle grade series with characters that obviously looked way aged up in here. And then obviously some of them are romance interests, some of them are not. It's gorgeous. It is. That's just one thing for me. Okay, the next thing we have in here is in here. It's upside down. Now you guys can see what it actually says. Most Noble of Academy's Laundry Bag, inspired by Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Okay, again, have not read that book. And I'm curious to see exactly what they mean by like a laundry bag. Okay, so it is pretty big, which is nice. And it has like pull ties. So yes, I guess that makes sense. This would be like, okay, I'm a laundry bag. And it says Alfred Noble Academy, Turing House, laundry. Okay. So like literally they're like, this is a laundry bag. It says laundry on there. I think this is a good size for some stuff. Like I do like the idea of this. I don't know if I would use it for laundry personally, but if you're like a college student maybe, and you get Illumicrate stuff, I feel like this might be something very useful for you. The next thing we have in here is something small in here. I will pull it out obviously, but it's Demon at the Gates iron-on patch inspired by A Deadly Education. Okay. I mean, it's very pretty. it's a very thin patch. Like it's not like 100% like fully embroidered or anything. But here is a patch. I do think this is fandom enough that like not everybody is going to understand, but maybe if you've read the book, you would. And I like the fact that it's not like a deadly education on here. I've seen a lot of fandom merch and things lately that are like too in your face for like what it is. I like these more subtle designs. So I do actually think that's really gorgeous, even though I have not read the book. Oh, it looks like we have a puzzle. This is the Illumicrate bookcase 1000 piece puzzle. I have a couple of these. I think I have like the romance one and something else. I like the idea of this. Like ooh, has stars as your sprayed edges. I like the idea of this. I like that they look like books as well. And then obviously it is a puzzle and it is going to be huge. Like they show us some of the design here, but like that's only part of it. And I'm assuming this is going to have like all the books that they've ever like put out probably. Like that's really nice. I do like these a lot. Yeah, they have lots and lots of books. They have pictures of like their mug and other kinds of stuff that they've had, bookends and daggers and things like that. I like that we have a lot of the books here as well. Like you can really see them. Some of them are just spines, but they have a lot of faced out ones as well. Yeah, this is gorgeous. This is a really nice one. I liked all the other puzzles that we've had too, just because you get to see a lot of like Easter eggs of different things for the genre, but this is obviously more about the books that Illumicrate has done. And then I think, yes, we are all the way down to the book of the month. I will unbox it. Ooh, it's very pretty. I mean, I liked the original cover as well. I think this is one of those books that was picked up through Daphne Press, which is, you know, run from the same people as Illumicrate. And so we knew this was coming way before we knew about any of the other books that we were gonna get in like the monthly boxes. So this is A Rather Vengeful Accord by Danielle Knight. The original one has like 2 people on here. This one just has 1. But again, it's really, really nice looking. I love that they kept the sort of like lightning-ish aspect to it as well. We also have these, I don't know, like runes or something that are around, and they are like silvery, like it's gilded. Here, let's go into our spine. And then the back, so again, they have like those gilded runes and things. The back does say insults demand answers. I'm curious about that. And then our edges are that really cool purple lightning. It's darker on the bottom than the top, but like that looks really nice. Okay, let's go under the dust jacket. Ooh, okay, here is what it looks like. I love this purple color. Like it looks so nice. And I think it's the same on the other side. Almost the same. The weapon is different. There's like a spear or something here. And this one is obviously not. She's holding more of a mace. Is that what that is? I don't know. The statue person looks the same, but the actual weapon is different. Let's go into our end papers. Here is one. We have maybe like a fight scene, or what does this make me think? Like fencing, like where they're practicing maybe too. It doesn't necessarily look like it has to be like fighting. And then, oh, a little bit more of like our sneaky romance scene. Like that. Okay. This one does have a digital signature on the author letter. I actually like that placement. I like having the author letter bound in the book, and I like a little digital signature at the author letter, and then you still technically have a full page. Like if you were ever going to go somewhere to get a book signed and you were going to see this author, you can. Oh, content warnings and a glossary are found at the back of the book. Let's see, because I'm curious. Okay, quite a big glossary, which is nice. Okay, content warnings. Necromancy with death, dead bodies, and body horror. Fighting with violence, blood, gore, and injury depiction. Poisoning and emesis as a result. That's vomiting, obviously. Neglect and emotional abuse by parents. Bullying. Manipulation of a child by an authority figure. Off page where the story begins. Miscarriage and stillbirth mentioned for a minor character. Murder and alcohol use. I personally don't really need content warnings, but I absolutely love that it's becoming more of a standard thing in books, because if you don't need them, you don't need them. But if you do, it really makes or breaks like how you go into a book, especially if you're excited about something and then like something takes you out of the story. Like, it's better to know up front because then you can know to just stay away from it instead of like forcing yourself to get through things. Okay, very, very nice. This is obviously going to be a fantasy, and let's get into it. I'm just gonna read the summary because, yeah. At the elite college of St. Pendergast, gravers raise the dead and turn corpses into unnatural abominations while spirers battle undead horrors in grand arenas, thrilling crowds with divine spectacle. Of course, that's how we get the necromancy. Halen Kilquire, I'm probably really mispronouncing that, I'm sorry, would kill and resurrect anything to study graving at St. Pendergast. But Hal, let's go with Hal, cannot enlist alone. The only way she can secure admission is to enter a dangerous accord with her mortal rival, Alistair Fulton, a handsome, accomplished spirer and the infuriating exiled scion of the great Fulton dynasty. As Hal and Alistair fight grisly creatures and ghastly peers side by side, Hal faces the horrors of necromancy and the revolting prospect of a romance with her own nemesis. Like, again, they did mention some trials and things in there. I don't know how big a part that's going to be, but I love the idea. Yeah, really excited for that. So obviously these books are two very different vibes, but I'm very excited for both of them. And so yeah, like I said, I am doing some small unboxings as things come in, if I can, during my ClearUrSht vlog. So in case you're not watching those, just be aware, you might see like me talk about books maybe like in a haul where I've technically already unboxed it, but I knew this was going to be a little bit longer than what I could fit in a vlog. And so yes, very excited. We will have to figure out when I can read these, hopefully sooner rather than later, but like I'm very, very excited for these. They're both gorgeous, and I guess that is going to be it for me today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!